Not important?
I don't think I can walk to LA.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, okay, you caught me doing my hair and makeup, just finished. Welcome to Broker Vision, my friends. We are excited. This is our third one that we've done. We got Jen waiting over here. We got lots of people in the peanut gallery waiting. Today's all about celebration, Colin.
Absolutely.
Today's talking about the future, what we've celebrated, obviously, and what we've accomplished in 2022 and looking forward to 2023.
Absolutely, and I think it's important for us to look back at where we came from, what are some of our accomplishments, but also as we plan and look forward to 2023 and what that looks like for all of us. So I'm excited to jump into this. I know we have some giveaways throughout the session today. What else you want to talk about?
Yeah, giveaways. So Lori went and bought a handful of gift cards. So if you like coffee, this is right up your alley. If you like Tim's, Starbucks, I got some skill testing questions. I did this last year. I'm going to do it again. So here's the questions and answers. You should be good to go, and we'll have a lot of fun. So here's a few things that we're going to do today. Obviously, as we just kind of talked about, what we've accomplished and what we're currently going through with the market, and we've invited our MAPS coach, Michael Tuff, along with us. And Michael's going to touch base on the message that Gary Keller is talking about and how that impacts our lives here and what we can do specifically about our businesses. We're going to highlight some of the things that we've done in this past year, obviously, and I'm going to get on a little soapbox. I hope that's okay. But before I do that, I'm going to ask the first question, and I see people in the chat here. We got people from Hamilton, obviously up in Wyerton and everywhere else, and wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. Here's the first question, and if you are one of our OG, the original Keller Williams Realty Centres agents, you've got a leg up on this question, and here it is. I want you to put it in the comments, and then we'll circle back to it with the first prize here. In what year did KWRC officially open its doors? In what year did KWRC officially open its doors? So Lori's going to be watching. Put that in the comments, and we'll look forward to circling back from that. Okay, soapbox time. I'm sure you would all agree that in our current market, there's a lot of noise, right? And I can see a lot of people shaking yes. Thank you for shaking yes. Good. Good.
And I got you. Don't worry.
Thank you. Yeah. And it's like an audience of one, but I like it. That's all I need. I said this kind of jokingly to Colin and Jen the other day, and then it actually had some impact and what's going on in the market. And what I said simply was, are you listening to the noise or are you making the noise? And I'm sure like a lot of you, there's a lot of noise that you're listening to. You're not quite sure how to take that in. And I'm going to add a different one or another one there. What noise are we listening to, and how do we filter that out? And I know if you're over 40, like almost all of us in here except for two, if you're over 40, you remember the car stereos. Sorry. Don't go to that camera, Mike, whatever you do. I will get laser beamed.
Come on, man.
I called Mike old, is what I did, Jen. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad my shirt's red. You remember the car stereos, and you go from like one channel to the next, and there's a whole bunch of static in between, and then you think you got the right station or the right song, only to hear finally when the song ended and they do like the call sign for the radio, you're listening to the wrong radio station. Mike is agreeing. He knows what I'm talking about. Thank you.
The 8-track used to click in the middle of a song.
Click in the middle. Or you press the button, it wouldn't quite get there. And my analogy is, I think that's what's happening to a lot of us in the market. We're listening to this noise or to this news, and perhaps it's the wrong news, my friends. Right? There's a lot of crazy news out there. Like down in the States right now, the unemployment rate is skyrocketing. And all the news and the headlines coming out of that. And what does that do? And the ripple effect that'll have on Canada's economy and everything along and in between. Here's some news, my friends, that perhaps you're hearing, and I'm going to add to it, that's going to provide some clarity and some excitement. Is that okay? Yes, that's okay.
Absolutely.
Thank you for agreeing with me. Good. I'm seeing lots of dates in here too. I don't know if we got the right one yet, Lori. We do? Okay, but keep firing in there. So the right answer is on that, so there you go. That's your hint. Here's some interesting stats. Okay, we've learned and we hear from Treb, our year-to-date numbers, our month-over-month numbers are not great. Right, with the market. And here's the numbers that they're reporting on their latest market report. Month over month is down 49%.
What?
Yeah, 4.9. That's 49. That's almost 50%.
Almost 50%.
Okay.
Treb is down.
Treb is down.
Okay.
Year to date, Treb is down 44.9. We're going to call that 45% down. Okay. So that's our entire market in the Toronto Real Estate Board, which it has a huge impact on Canada's economy. Here's what you need to know. I'm going to give you some numbers from the KWRC perspective. And I told Colin this morning, and he went from having a great day to an amazing day, because this is the clarity that we need to know as Keller Williams Realty agents and partners, my friends. Month over month, Treb was down 50%. KWRC, we're down 22%.
That's it.
We are outpacing the market with all the tools and resources that we have at our hands. More importantly, year to date, Treb was down 45%. Colin, year to date, KWRC is down 27%, outpacing the market with the tools and resources that we have. This is the good news. This is the news that we need to hear and understand. And as Michael comes up in a little bit, he's going to get real clear with us on what this means and how we have to take control of our own businesses. Michael's looking at me like, I'm doing what? No, he's doing that, okay? This is important. And everyone that you're going to hear from today has the same message in their own words. We care so much about, obviously, our brokers, but we care more importantly about you and your business. Yes. Here's the cool thing. We talk about this a lot. I don't know, I first learned this as at Keller Williams International, so I'm just going to call it a Keller Williams-ism, but I know it isn't, because this is where I first learned it. Our financial IQ. Right? And our financial IQ is that number, perhaps that our gross commission every year, or the number that we live off every year, and how we put that into our own capacity. And if you remember, we first eclipsed $1 billion of volume back in December of 2020. This was a huge feat of a brokerage.
That was the first time.
First
time that we've ever done that. First time in our area, and that was a massive celebration for us as a brokerage as well.
Absolutely.
2022.
2020. $1 billion in December 2020. First time we've ever done it with the brokers of only about 200 agents, which is phenomenal, because we have brokerages much bigger than that, and they don't hit that number. So this is how important it is. 2021, last year, we hit $1 billion of volume in September, which is amazing. And I believe, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, we hit about 1.4 billion, which is fantastic.
Just under 1.4. So well done.
I don't know if we got sound effects. I don't know, Mike, make something up from the peanut gallery. Guess what we did this year? Because this is our bottom line financial IQ. In November, we hit another $1 billion of volume for year to date. Outstanding, my friends. Congratulations. This is a huge achievement. See, these are things, if you're just tuned into the news that you're hearing from Treb and everywhere else and Twitter and all that, you forget about the amazing accomplishments that we're doing here locally at Keller Williams Realty Centres. So congrats to you guys. This is huge. This is huge. See, that financial IQ is now our baseline, right? We had an incredible baseline last year, but that $1 billion is our baseline. And for our brokers now of sitting at about 250-ish agents, that is incredible news. And we're going to continue to fight for you so you can keep that commission and do amazing things with it, right? We're good.
Yes.
We're good. Any other thoughts on that?
No, these are impressive numbers that you've mentioned. And like you rightfully said, Gare, this is the noise in terms of, this is the information that we should be listening to or talking about, because there's a lot of noise out there where the market is down, and that is what we're seeing as well. However, we create our own message, and that will be the red thread today that will be connecting each and every one of our speakers, how we will be creating our own message for 2023, and we will decide what 2023 will look like.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Lori, do we have the right answer?
We do.
We do have the right answer. So again, the question was, in what year, and if you don't have an answer and put it in now, in what year did KWRC open? The correct answer is
2009.
2009. There we go. I think, who's that going to?
Exactly.
Christian
Just
Nacarado.
got here.
Congratulations.
How did he know that?
Yeah. One of our newest agents knows that. So congrats, my friend.
Way to go, way to go.
Congrats. That's awesome. Okay, so before we hand it over to Jen, our next question is, and this is really cool, This is amazing because some of the peanut gallery read this and they were blown away. Here's your question. I'm going to give you a little bit of guidance on this to the answer. And so some of these stats that I'm providing you, our good friend, you like that? They like that? Let's do that again. Some of these stats here. That joke will only work maybe one more time.
Who was that?
This is information that we would have got from our amazing MCA, Stephanie, who is unfortunately, or fortunately for her,
Fortunately for her.
Yeah.
in sunny weather right now.
Yes.
So last year, Stephanie provided us with all this information, and Merry Christmas to you and your family, Stephanie. Okay, here's your question, my friends. Get it into the comments here. How many showings did KWRC listings have for 2022 year to date? How many showings did our listings have? And I'm going to give you a number. So Wayne Clements, you cannot do this. It's more than one, obviously. It's actually more than, I'm going to say more than 8,000, less than 15,000. That's a big gap. So put your number in there. We'll go closest to Lori. How many showings did KWRC listings have next year? This year.
Yeah.
Next year? Who knows?
Yeah.
2022.
A lot. Colin, introduce Jen for us.
Jen, our PC coach, head of the PC coach, also our one of our team leaders here at KWRC. We have some amazing things planned for 2023, but what Jen will be speaking about today is primarily around coaching and developing our agents. Over to you, Jen.
Thank you, Colin.
You're welcome.
Gary, I don't know if that was a small enough range. It was like 6,000. Anyway, it's fine. They'll figure it out. Hey, guys, Merry Christmas. What I want to talk to you about today is a little bit of history and then a little bit of the future plans and give you an idea of what we're looking at as a coaching team and what we want to bring to the brokerage moving forward. So I realized this as I was kind of getting prepared for what to speak about today, that 2023 is year 5 of PSN coaching being in the brokerage. So it's really cool to see that we've made that 5-year journey together and all of the different variations of coaching that you guys have experienced, whether you were with me year 1 and we were doing one-on-ones in my little office upstairs across the hall from the training room, or we're now in the training center and online. And what I reflected on and realized was how much space and trust was given to me to build out this program. When I sat down with Marvin and we talked about the coaching program, he gave me room to build a vision that I had. And I will always be grateful for that because it has allowed me to develop the program into what we have today. And with Colin and with Gary and Stevie and our leadership team and the support of Jonathan and Lori and everybody, we've really taken that trust and built it into a brokerage-wide platform. So we don't talk about this a lot. I'm not one to really kind of talk about accomplishments or things like that. I get in trouble for not saying it enough sometimes, usually from Colin. And I want to share that a little bit. So when we sat down, Marv and I had a plan, and Marv had trust. And with that, he let me go out into the office and build something. He gave me free rein to kind of go, okay, I'm going to let you try. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. That was terrifying, but also it was very freeing, and it allowed me to grow into the role that I now get to hold in the brokerage. And on that journey, I got to work with a lot of you and see your growth and your accomplishments to the point that every meeting we have, every team meeting now, I get to see your names on that board as top producers, as team agents, as leaders in our brokerage, as ALC members. And it's amazing to see the reach that that program has created. About 3 years ago, Gary, I know you'll remember this, you, me, Marvin, Stephanie, we sat down, we had a meeting. It was the week before Christmas, and we decided to launch the growth coaching program. We decided to launch Broker Vision, and we decided to launch WhatsApp Cap. And there was about a 3-week turnaround from that. Actually, it was 1 day for Broker Vision, if I remember correctly. But that's when growth coaching came in, and we got to extend our reach as a support network into not just the new agents, but the agents that filled up the middle and the top producing agents. And that gave me the opportunity to work with some of our top teams and to enhance those relationships and enhance our exposure. And what that led to was bringing people like Mike Russo, and I'm pointing over here because Mike is running our soundboard. I know you guys can't see him, but he's here. And Melissa Taylor into the fold. And what I'm so grateful for with that is that they both came through the coaching program. I worked with Melissa. She was actually her and Stuart Madden, hey Stuart, were my first 2 advanced coaching agents. Mike came in after that, and we helped build that program. And now they have taken what they've learned. They've built their own hugely successful teams, and they want to give that back. And as we continue to progress forward, our vision for 2023 is to create opportunity for our agents, because that's what Marvin did, that's what Colin has done and continues to do, and what Gary did. That's what I'm trying to do for Mike and Melissa, and quite frankly for anybody else that wants that opportunity. So the vision for us is to make sure that every single agent in our brokerage has an in-house coach, if that's what they need. We want to build a bench of team leaders. And Stevie, I know that we've talked about this a few times. Stevie joined me as a coach, and then the opportunity to become a team leader showed up, and we were able to work and help make that happen for her. And I got to be a part of that journey, and that has meant very, very much to me. It's been fulfilling, and it's been gratifying, and it's given me confidence to keep pushing myself to bring more. So what I want to do is make sure that as a brokerage and as a team, you guys know that we are always looking for those windows of opportunity for you. What we need from you guys back to us is we need to hear you. So when Gary was talking about making noise, we want that noise to come to us as well. What do you want out of your business, and what do you want out of your life? Come talk to us and let us help you build that. Let us find the opportunities, create the vision that you have, and give you space to live out that goal. So that is our big vision for 2023. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to, Mel and Mike both want to start working one-on-one with agents and doing more business consulting, as you guys know that I call it, as opposed to coaching, working with you to help you build out your systems, help you with the KW models, what that's going to look like for you, how to implement it, how to hit your goals, what systems to use in order to do that. And if you guys want that, please reach out and let us know, because they're ready. They want to give back. They're excited about it. And we have the systems. We have the platform. I mean, there's a million more things I could mention. We've got boot camp that just got released this year, and we've got all of our online resources and YouTube and training and masterminds that are going to be coming up in the next year. And we're just so focused on that. But my key thing is opportunity. How do we help you achieve your goals? How can I be for you what Marv did for me and what Colin did for me? How do we give that back? So that's our 2023 vision.
Way to go, Jen. Wow. Yeah, thank you, Jen, so much. And what you touched on was very important, because as a leadership team, we've discussed this on many occasions, where KWRC, our vision and our goal is for KWRC to be a breeding ground of talent. We would like to have the most OPs come out of KWRC, the most TLs, the most coaches, and that is our goal. And that is my commitment to each and every one of you, to help you build a business bigger than just buying and selling homes. And as a leadership team, we're all behind that. So thank you so much for touching on that. And the person that you've grown into, how much you've built and grown this role. And you and I, we discuss future building as well. And I'm just honored to be in business with you, and I look forward to building more with you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, my lady.
Beautiful, I love it. And she used a very key word there, land of opportunity. That's 2 words, or 3 words. I can't even count. But now that I got your attention, if you ever want to talk to me about opportunity, KEW has provided so much opportunity, and the program that Jen leads, tremendous amount of opportunity. Good stuff. Okay, Lori, it looks like we've got some really good answers
we
here.
got a couple of good answers, but
Yeah.
one is over and one is under. So how do we do this?
Your call. You make up the rules. So again, as I say the question here, Lori's going to come up with a winner. How many showings that KWRC's listings have for 2022?
I think before we announce it, it needs to be the closest to the number. We never said over or under, so the closest to the number that Gary says will be that winner.
Okay.
So go ahead, Gary.
So the answer is 12,000.
The answer is 12,000.
And the winner is Alexa Miller.
Alexa Miller, congratulations. 12,000 showings, my friends.
That's impressive numbers, 12,000 showings for January to end of November, or today?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Good. So we'll be over 12,000 by the end of the year.
By the end, I think we already are.
Yeah.
Okay, before we have our next guest come up, Jonathan, here's your next question. That this is amazing. This is one that I know that Stephanie and her team are incredibly proud of. Here's your question, and I'm going to give you some hints along the way. How many messages did KWRC staff deliver to our agents in 2022? And here's your hint. It's more than 60,000.
Wow.
Okay.
So when you say messages, what do we mean? Texts or emails?
Yeah, as requests and questions come in about your listings, all of these listings,
Okay.
how many messages are going out to our agents, whether you get that through text or email and so forth, through our broker-based system. This is where we're getting this information from. There we have it. Okay, introduce us to our next guest.
All right. None other than our broker of record / Santa Claus / elf. I don't know what you are, but Jonathan Ree.
Thanks, Colin. Thanks, Gary. Much appreciated. I want to wish everybody, well, first of all, hello, KWRC. Good afternoon. I want to wish all of you Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy Hanukkah, and Happy New Year, by the way. I just want to highlight a few things. I joined KWRC 6 months ago, and what a fantastic time it's been. I want to thank you for the warm welcome that I've received. The last 6 months have just flew by so quickly. This tells me that I've really enjoyed the time I've been here, and also there was a lot of work to be done. I want to just highlight a few things that we had accomplished in the last 6 months. First of all, we heard you loud and clear, and we modified the Schedule B to be slim and trim. We also initiated emails from the desk of the broker of record for you and your business to have the best practices for your business. Broker blocks were used to update you on news, direction, and changes to the industry. We have started a commercial division, and many of you reached out to learn and ask questions about the commercial division. We've also started the pre-construction division, and we will be working with builders to represent them to our clients and to co-op agents. And Gary will be helping us with that. Our broker hotline continues to be very helpful with the support of our broker hotline partners. I was so happy to help so many of you with questions and issues and wanted to know how important your business is to me and getting back to you in a timely manner. So just as a FYI, I was able to sign all of my signatures with all the documents that you've sent me by email within 15 minutes, 99% of the time.
Woo! That's impressive. That's impressive.
And that was a lot of signatures, hand sorting. Our Trevor and Rico cases are an all-time low. And we were able to have positive outcomes with the cases we were involved in. We created an internal audit system for compliance in RICO, in FinTrack, and risk management. That would help us mitigate potential negative impact with industry governing bodies. I wanted to be available for you and return calls and emails in a timely manner. And all your comments were very positive, and I want to thank you. You have been top in the industry with your paperwork to be compliant within our industry's governing bodies. Now for 2023, 2023 is upon us, and I want you to know that the market is available for you to be successful again. Our staff and our leaders are here to support you in that endeavor. I am so very honored to be your broker of record, and you can expect me to have your back in the new year again. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Fantastic. Here's what I love. When we're looking at adding people to our circle and to our leadership team, it's so important to add people and the skill sets that neither Colin or I or our other leadership team have. And Jonathan, to work with you for the past 6 months, it truly has been personally a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you. And your insight into areas of the business that perhaps we don't have is so valuable to us as a brokerage, and there's much more of that to come, and you touched on a few of those things. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Gary.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you,
you,
Santa
Colin.
Claus. Thank you. No, that was And what is important here is for us that we're constantly growing. Because we've said this many times as a leadership team, if we're not growing, we're dying. And as a leadership team, we meet twice a month, and we're always looking at ways that we can make the brokerage better and we can help you make your business better. And every time we have conversations, we're seeing ourselves obviously as real estate agents and how do we provide for you in the industry.
I love it. I love it. So we had a skill testing question, as I like to call it. And again, that question is, how many messages did KWRC staff deliver to our agents in 2022? If you don't have an answer in here, you can't win. So that's one way to enter, the only way to enter. And the hint was more than 60,000. Lori, what are we looking at? How are we doing?
The correct answer was 73,471.
So the correct answer, to repeat that, is 73,471 as of last night at like 10 o'clock.
Right, and we have Leslie Proctor as the reigning champion of 72,000.
Leslie Proctor, my friends.
Leslie Proctor, 72,000. Good guess.
Good guess, yeah. Clearly, that's what it was, right? We did not coach you on that at all. Terrible, terrible. Anyways, this next answer might come out through Stevie's chat here. She might not say it specifically, but here's our next question before Stevie delivers the message that she has. How many agents joined KWRC this year? So how many total agents joined our family, our brokers this year? So put that in. And my friends, if you're not winning, enter more than one. I don't know. Bend the rules a little bit, but you got to enter to win, right? We've all heard the Wayne Gretzky line. He's missed 100% of the shots he's never taken.
Yes.
There you go. Colin, introduce Stevie.
Stevie, our TL, as you've been with us over the last year and done an amazing job in helping lead our brokerage, and as we grow and we plan what 2002 will look like, what 2003 will look like, what the future of our brokerage will look like. And you've played an instrumental role in that. And I'm truly honored to be your business partner in this. Everyone, Stevie Volpe.
Thank you, Colin. Did anyone else pick up there on Gary encouraging everyone to cheat?
Yeah.
Like as if we didn't notice that, Gary.
Whoa.
Hi, KWRC. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all of that. Colin and Gary, hello. Thank you for having me on this incredible set that everyone has put together. This is absolutely insane. If you guys could see in the room like what's actually going on here, it is absolutely crazy. But yeah, I want to talk about reflecting on 2022 and kind of thinking forward to 2023 and what that looks like from the team leader perspective. And for me, when I look back on 2022, I think, what an interesting year, right? It didn't exactly follow a typical real estate market cycle like we're used to, which is okay because we like to be kept on our toes. And it was jam-packed, I think, for all of us, both professionally and personally, making up for the last 2 years. We saw so many of our agents taking well-deserved extended summers, traveling, spending time with their families. And I don't know about all you guys, but I feel like I literally have blinked and it's like almost 2023, which is crazy. But when I look back, or when I reflect on 2022, when I look forward and think about 2023, I really am thinking it is a year of opportunity. Okay? And when I reflect back on 2022, I am very, very proud to say that we grew by almost 70 agents, which is amazing, okay? Almost 70 agents. And so like I just said, when I think about that and I think about what that means moving forward for 2023, I can't help but think it is going to be a year of opportunity. And what I mean by that, I know you guys have all heard this before and I'm gonna say it again. We know that in a shifting market, the agents who lose their market share will never get it back. And the agents who gain market share in a shifting market will never lose it. So we've obviously always been the best brokerage in the area. But what this means now is we are now almost 70 people larger and 70 people stronger to go out and take that market share in 2023. So the way I look at it is this is your year for as KWRC agents. This is your year to really go out and dominate. There's no reason why you can't. You just need to go out and put in the work that so many other agents are not going to be willing to do. And I think it's actually really exciting, and I'm really, really excited to see what you guys all do. And I'm truly so proud to stand alongside of all you guys as your team leader.
Way
That's
to
it for
go,
me.
Stevie. I keep wanting to say Stevie Susie, but you keep reminding me it's Volpe. Yes, Stevie Volpe. Thank you so much, Stevie, and leading the brokerage with you, working alongside you. I know how passionate you are about helping our agents build and grow their business. I know how passionate you are when you speak to potentials coming into our brokerage. I know how passionate you are to see our agents go and build a massive business so we can take market share and own the market that we're in. And like you rightfully said, what we gain during this shift in market, we will never relinquish. No. The moment we gain those extra market shares, we will never relinquish that. And I love that in your message. And what stood out most to me is 2023 a year of opportunities.
Yeah.
And I mean, we can look at it so many ways, but I choose to look at it as a year of opportunity. So well said. Thank you so much.
It is. And the last thing I'll say on that is that like it truly is I think a lot of people, and again, going back to your message earlier about kind of what you're hearing and what's being put out there, and it can seem like a really scary time, especially if you are a new agent just kind of figuring it all out right now. But it's actually a great time. Like, it's actually a great time to be getting into the real estate industry, and it's actually a great time to be flourishing in the real estate industry. You just have to go do the work. That's all it is. So just don't forget that.
Absolutely.
Great stuff. I'm going to kind of piggyback on that. And if you recalled at our September team meeting, I got up and I was really on a soapbox saying how my 2017 business crumbled. It fumbled. I fumbled it, fumble the ball type thing. However, here's the point that I didn't make then, but I will make today. The financial ramification of that didn't show up until 2018. So don't let 2023 be like my 2018, right? And that's why we've invited, this is a great segue. That's why we invited Michael, a MAPS coach with Keller Williams International, to kind of talk to us about the message that Gary Keller, Jay Papazan saying, and he's going to talk to us about some very, very specific things that we need to do and be aware of. But before we do that, Michael, we had a question here. Lori, we ready? Then here was our question. How many agents joined KWRC this year? We had lots of great answers, but the correct answer is 63. That's as of November 30th. So if you have joined since then, but we're going November 30th numbers, who's our winner, Lori?
It's actually Megan Waller with a guess of 64.
Megan Waller, congratulations. You are the closest.
Way to go, Megan.
Way to go. Very, very good. Okay. Introduce Michael for us.
I thought you did.
Okay.
But okay.
And swing it over to Michael.
Here's Michael.
I like it. I love his shirt.
Shift happens.
Yeah.
I love it. We had a beautiful conversation yesterday. Sorry, my mind was racing. And yes, we had a beautiful conversation yesterday. And as we were discussing this, we got on the phone and we called Michael. And we're like, Michael, this is what we're doing. And this is how we would like your support. And I think Michael thought about it for a couple of seconds and he's like, I'll do whatever it takes to help our agent achieve their goals in 2023. Something like that, or maybe that's how I prefer to hear it. I don't know. But
I was there. That's how it happened.
That's how it happened.
I said that?
Yes. So, Michael, thank you for just being a great team player, a mentor to so many of us in the brokerage. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being here with us today.
And it's all
Thanks.
This is where you speak.
So when you called me last night, yesterday afternoon, and you said, what am I seeing as a MAPS coach? What I'm seeing as a MAPS coach is a lot of people are quitting. A lot of people are quitting right now. Gary Keller, about 3 weeks ago, we have the privilege of sitting in once a month on an all-coach mastermind with Gary and Jay and Jason. And Gary reminded us that the market that we've seen in the last 2 years has been an aberration. and one that we will probably never see again in our lives. He commented on the fact that we are seeing a massive decline. The National Association of Realtors anticipates to see a potentially as high as a 40% reduction in agents in the next year. And it got me thinking, what are the things that we can be doing differently as we head into 2023? There's three factors that we have to take into consideration right now that are all exponentially compounding with each other right now. We have fewer motivated buyers and sellers than we've ever had. We have fewer actual transactions than we've ever had, and time on the market is increasing dramatically, and interest rates are increasing dramatically. The key thing that Gary said is we don't need interest rates to come down, we just need them to stabilize. Because once the buyers get a sense that things are stable again, they're going to come back in significant numbers. And those three or four things are all exponentially compounding and making the market feel a lot worse than it really is. So it got me thinking, if we look at the stats in York Region alone last year. So York Region peaked in March of 2022 with 1,940 sold transactions. So there's two paychecks, right? So that's 3,880 paychecks in March at the peak of this year. Right now, December is tracking for 656 sold, 1,313 actual paychecks. That's a 66% decline in business. So based on what Gary said, if we keep doing the same thing, we can expect our business to be 66% less next year. So what do we do differently? At Keller Williams, we've always talked about lead generation, lead follow-up, and going out every single day and lead generating and doing lead follow-up. I would actually like to use a different acronym. All right, it's an appointment setting system. What's the acronym for appointment setting system? I would like Keller Williams agents to go out and make an ass of themselves next year. And what I mean by that is, we are not lead generating we are not lead generating to talk to people anymore. We're not lead following up to talk to people anymore. Every single day needs to be about one appointment. One appointment, because if we can get to more people faster, we can keep our market share and grow our market share. And the good news about a bust is the boom is coming.
Yeah.
So if we can get all the dominoes lined up by doing the work extra hard right now, just imagine what our businesses will be like when the boom shows up again. That's kind of the message that Gary has. You've got to triple your activity. If you're a door knocker and you're knocking on 100 doors a day, I would be knocking on 250. If you're a phone caller, you're talking to 200 or 300 people a day, I'd be talking to 500 a day. If you're a team knocking on doors, I'd be knocking on 1,000 a day. Do what it takes to add numbers to your database, do what it takes to get appointments. That's Gary's message.
There you go. Okay, here's what I like. There's a couple of things that I'm going to pick apart there. I love the part when Gary Keller talks about, excuse me, we need interest rates to stabilize. Because when I thought of that, I'm like, okay, 10 years ago, 15 years ago even, rates were, what am I trying to say? Rates were at, I can't even spit it out.
Rates were low.
Well, what I'm trying to say is it's the same rate 10, 15 years ago, right? And I'm sure your business, you were still bought and sold at these rates before, right? And I know I have, and Jonathan and others and Jen, they've been in the market, in the industry for a while. It's just allowing people to kind of catch up to that new, the new realism about it, right?
Yep.
And one of the three critical things that Gary said we have to keep an eye on right now is the historical trend in house prices, the historical trend in interest rates, and recognize that the trend line is just keep following the trend line. In terms of our buying community, you can't make a bad buying decision if your decision is 10 years out. Meaning you're buying a house and you're going to live there for at least 10 years. Nobody's ever lost money by living in a house for 10 years.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If you're looking at flipping the home in the next year or two, then you're going to try and time the market versus spending time in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And what is that quote? The best time to buy a home is
Today?
5 years ago. 10 years ago.
The second best
best time is today.
And the only other thing that Gary's commenting on, and forgive me for taking up a little bit of extra time.
No, please do.
You did tell me I had 5 to 7 minutes. Is what's our number to survive? I mean, we all set these big goals every year. What's your actual survival number? Do you know, based on how much money you spend in your household, how much money you spend in your business, and how much you have to pay the government in income tax? What is that total number? Divide that by your average commission. What is your survival number? Focus so much on your survival number so that you are not one of the 66% potentially that isn't here next year.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. The prospecting that we have to do is exponentially more, and if you think that's enough, do more. Many of you know I spent the last month not in Canada. I was away at the World Cup, and I thought to myself, I'm gonna record this and present it to my friends and my family so they can follow along. What I didn't anticipate, and perhaps I should have been around long enough, business is coming because of that, right? Every opportunity is a prospecting opportunity. So the moment I got back, there was an email from a gentleman who had signed up to watch my videos and follow along, and about 6 months ago. And then I get back last week, and he goes, "Garrett, I loved the fact that you were telling your perspective of what you saw in Qatar. And I want to meet you because it struck a chord with me. You were there with your dad. I love it. And I need to go buy a new property in the new year, and I want your help." Every opportunity is a prospecting opportunity. Share more. Share your life. Share what's going on in the business as well as your life. Like, these things matter. You think to yourself, why am I posting this, or why am I doing this? You'll be surprised. I can see Stevie kind of shaking her head. Business will come of it in ways that you don't anticipate. And as Michael said, we just got to keep doing more and more and more. Love it, Michael. Thank you.
I think you have a question.
I do have a question. Where are we? We are doing this question. Okay. Here's our last question. And I love this because some of our people in the room today were like, really? Okay, this is cool. How many physical offices does KWRC have? How many physical offices does KWRC have? So, if you're local to York Region, you know we've got a few here, and I want to be clear, I'm including some of our mega agent offices. And as you go out to the Terry Hastings side of things and Tracy Kirsten, I'm giving you some hints. There's some offices out there. So put that into the comments, and we'll circle back to that. And we're going to end off with Colin's message to us from his perspective. It's all yours, my friend.
Thank you very much, Gary. Thank you very much, KWRC. I think it was a year ago I stood here in front of you and we spoke about all the great initiatives that we'll be launching for 2022. Some of those initiatives we started somewhat, and some of them we didn't even get to. And I must admit, as the real estate market started to shift, our priorities shifted as well. And we started focusing on us getting back to the basics as a brokerage. We started focusing on strengthening our foundation. We started focusing on the business and how we can help our agents succeed. And that is where we really took our energy and focus of how we can help our agents build a bigger lives for themselves and for their family. What I can also say, our commitment to you as our agent, our commitment as a brokerage is to be that brokerage of choice, but also be that brokerage where we help our realtors thrive in any given market. And those initiatives that were spoken about, that we discussed in 2021, we will still be getting to them. And I ask for your patience on them because it seems like we're taking longer to get there. And I do ask for your patience, but know that we are committed. We are very committed to making this a reality. However, looking at us as a brokerage or realtors, I think for us to grow and thrive in 2023, there's a few things that we need. We need clarity. I think we need priorities. And most important, we need focus action. For us to grow as a brokerage, we need those things. For us to grow as realtors, we need those things. And as realtors, I can tell you, we cannot control the real estate market. There's nothing we can do that we can control the real estate market. However, we can control our message and our outlook on the market, just like Michael and every one of the speakers have said here before. So it's how we respond to what the market is doing. In Gary's own words, are we listening to the noise, or are we creating our own narrative around that? I truly believe that our lives will either be measured by the problems or opportunities that Stevie mentioned. We're either running away from something or we're running towards something. And I encourage you to make a decision to run towards something that you value most, and versus running away from something that you fear. So it's making that choice to run towards what your goal for 2023 will look like. What are you running towards? One of those decisions will uplift you. Another decision will drag you down. So which decision are you looking to make? As we really focus on moving into the new year 2023, you get to decide what that will look like for yourself, your business, and your family. You get to decide what 2023 will look like. And it's interesting, the word decide. It's rooted in Latin, and it talks about cutting off or killing off. And killing off could be very visual, where you think pesticides, homicide, suicide. It all means to kill off or to get rid of, right? And when you make a decision, when you decide on something, you're basically saying all other opportunities are dead to me except what is most important to me. So as we go into 2023, what decisions are you willing to make? What decisions are you willing to make for you and your family? Are you willing to be another statistic where, the market is down and you're down? Are you looking to create your own market where you're thriving versus barely surviving? Are you looking at doubling your business in 2023? Or are you, looking at, considering whether you're in the industry or not? There's something that I heard recently, that when we're born, we look like our parents. And when we die, we look like our decisions. What are your decisions for 2023? What are you focusing on? I can tell you, as a brokerage, as a leadership team, we're focusing on helping you build a massive business. We're focusing on this brokerage will help every one of our agents thrive in the new year and beyond. That is what we're focused on, and that is our commitment. We're committing this to you. What are you committing to your family? Guys, partners, I look forward to 2023. I look forward to growing this business with you, building it with you, helping us build a massive business together. As a leadership team, we have already decided what the future of our brokerage will look like. I'm asking you, what do you decide your business will look like? Guys, thank you so much. On behalf of our leadership team, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Hanukkah, whatever it is.
Keep going. I like this.
I can't think of any more holidays.
Great message, though. Yeah, we are committed to you and your business, and in fact, the safety of your well-being. Right? We truly, everyone here has a commitment to each other and to you, our agent partners. So, well said, my friend. Well said.
Appreciate you, brother.
Okay, so to finish off our last question, and I'm going to invite our speakers to come up on stage, and in just a second here, we'll wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Yeah. So our last question, how many physical offices does KWRC have? And the correct
drum roll
answer is, drum roll, whatever this looks like, is 10. So, Lori, do we have a correct answer?
Got a gift?
Yeah.
We're going to give it to Stuart Madden.
All right, so to Christian Nacarado, congrats, but you're not winning this.
I love it.
That's Lori's decision. Well done to Stuart Madden. Correct. So we're getting the answer closest to that. The answer again was 10. So go to that wide shot there, Mike. And so let's scoot over. So first thing I want to say. Anyways, the first thing I want to say is yeah. Stevie and I are dressed alike. I feel bad. I feel like I let Stevie down because I didn't do the leather pants. I apologize. But from everyone here, we truly do appreciate you, our agent partners. I hope it comes across even in video. We have a great time working with each other and being around each other. And I know, events like Saturday night, and again, Lori, thank you so much for leading us in that. It was amazing. And to see everyone together, having fun, creating deeper relationships, amazing. And we want to wish everyone a happy Merry Christmas and a great New Year. Don't be strangers. Come around the office and we'll see everybody real soon. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
And Mike Russo.
None of this would have been possible without Mike or videographer or Mike Guy or everything.
Good stuff. Good
Bye,
stuff.
everyone.